Hey there, let me lay out some of the options you're opening up by learning from my courses, with this one especially in mind. Before I present them, I want to deeply stress something that you'll hear from me on a constant basis. Work hard, work smart, work long enough, and the results will follow. Thus, all the career options I'm about to talk about are available, if you're truly dedicated. Results won't come if you don't commit to all the hard work, all the learning and practicing that's required to make it in this competitive environment. Finally, I want to say this is very similar to working out. It's simple, it's just not easy. Meaning, you know what you have to do. Run 5 miles a day, go to the gym 4 times a week, use the machines as described, eat right, don't drink, don't smoke, and if you do this for 6 to 12 months, you'll absolutely get results. It's very straightforward. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's one thing to know what you need to do, and another to actually do it. With that in mind, after watching this course and maybe another related one, you'll be able to work in the crowdsourcing sector. That's your first career option. Crowdsourcing is explained later in the course, but I'll sum it up here as well. Say a company wants a new design for its website, though it could be a new logo, newsletter, t-shirt design, packaging, and so on. They post their requirements on a website, say 99 Designs, which is the biggest crowdsourcing platform of them all. Designers read the brief and they submit their concepts. The client gives feedback, and after some back and forth over the course of a few days, the company selects a winner. In the vast majority of cases, it's only one single winner. The amount of money varies from a few $100 to a few $1,000, and in return the company gets the PSD file that contains the new design. The major advantage is you have loads of work due to a large number of contests being available all the time. The downside is that you can invest a lot of time and energy and come second. Second or last place makes no difference. You still end up with $0. Is this a way to make a living? Absolutely yes. Now this begs a few notes. Those living in New York City won't be as thrilled to make $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 per month, while those living in other parts of the world would be over the moon with that sum. Do I guarantee you'll make this much? Absolutely not. Like I said in the beginning, it's all about how bad you want it. If you watch the lecture about my personal story, you'll see that I had a huge amount of passion and drive. This is what fueled my winning spree. And make no mistake, I won contests left and right even though I didn't have any previous experience. I didn't have any formal training, nor did I have a decent computer. But even if you don't work like your life depends on it, you can still make a good living by doing crowdsourcing work. And as you continue to use these platforms, opportunities will start coming in. This brings me to option number 2, working remotely for a company, either project-based, part-time or full-time. When I participated in web design contests, I always tried to make a great impression. I was quick to reply to everything the client wrote. I went out of my way to make the contest holder happy. I often went the extra mile by providing all sorts of other entries and variations and so on. By working like this, job offers started to come in. Hey, I have a web design company, but I'm using this crowdsourcing platform because I don't have enough designers on staff. Would you like to work for me? I got a few of these messages and I accepted some offers. I worked project-based, not on an hourly rate, because that suited me best, especially considering I was very fast. One homepage was usually done in about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 to 4 hours if it was very complex. This is a solid career choice if you want to step away from design contests if that's not your cup of tea. This provides more stability as you get paid for everything you design. It may not be as lucrative as constantly participating in design contests, but that may be a trade you're willing to make. In my case, I was working both ends. I did my assigned projects, which got me about £600 per month. That was about $850 or so, but I kept freelancing the rest of the time. Keep this up and your portfolio will grow at a rapid rate. Another career option is you work full-time for someone. In my case, after crowdsourcing and working for a web design company remotely, I got an offer to move to New York to join a design agency. The guy I spoke with said they charged from $15,000 to $25,000 per website, so they could easily afford to pay me a few thousand per project. I declined, but I'm sure that at that point, after several months of freelancing, I could go to most web design agencies in my city and get a job. And that brings a certain amount of confidence that's otherwise hard to come by. You feel empowered, you feel like you're in control of your own destiny. You can make decisions for yourself that will shape your life. It's a great feeling. There's also option number 4, working on freelancing platforms like Upwork or Freelancer.com. The difference between those types of sites and crowdsourcing platforms like 99 Designs is also explained later on in the course, but here it is in short. On 99 Designs, you first design and maybe you'll get paid afterwards. On Upwork, clients post their jobs, you apply, and they check out your profile. They see your reviews, your past experience, and if they like what they see, they'll hire you and only you. Thus, your projects and payments are secured. That's a strong and fairly stable career path. Option number 5 is becoming an entrepreneur. By designing websites, you get to interact with a lot of business owners. You see sketches and wireframes that describe the business. You get to understand how a startup works and how the process is set up. That's because you can't design a great website if you don't have all the details. Thus, by constantly brushing shoulders with CEOs, product and project managers, you're far more likely to develop a taste for entrepreneurship. And guess what? If you practice any of these options at a decent level, you're bound to have some excess cash. That's the path I took. I used my winnings to start some pastry shops. The thing is, if you're 100% confident you can win more projects, you're not terrified of losing your investment. Sure, you're still scared, but the fact you're confident in your ability to earn a decent living makes you far more open to business opportunities. That's where I am today. I'm an entrepreneur thanks to Photoshop and my freelancing career. And I'm constantly putting money in all sorts of new projects that may not pan out. New ideas that might make me a millionaire and help a lot of people, or just fall flat on their face. This is why I've said countless times that Photoshop has changed my life in an incredible way. I get to have a wide array of choices and opportunities, and it's all in my hands. The 6th and last option is to transition to another field. Again, my example, I was doing great in the web design world, but I started my own Android app business. I also could have gotten into programming, various types of marketing, or anything else in the IT sector. Once you have a strong Photoshop background and you're able to design a beautiful website, you can sidestep to another field with much more confidence. I'm not saying the world is your oyster just because you know a thing or two about web design in Photoshop, but it's much easier to adapt to new circumstances when your skill set is related and can be somewhat applied to that new field. So there you have it, 6 career paths that are available to you if you work for it. 1. Crowdsourcing. 2. Project-based remote work. 3. A full-time job in a design agency. 4. Freelancing on Upwork, Freelancer.com or similar platforms. 5. Start your own business. 6. Transition to another field in tech. It's all in your hands. Go for it. I'll see you in the next lecture.